All right, what's poppin', YouTubers? Your finest host about Mike. What's good, everybody? Everybody was good. Busy couple of months. I had to basically rebuy everything that I sold during the COVID pandemic. I sold so much stuff so quickly that it wasn't for my vendor to get me toys and stuff. I wouldn't have a lot. I mean, I wouldn't have that much liquid cash coming through because obviously, everything was shut down, so couldn't make money because I couldn't socially do nothing. I couldn't go out and buy because thrift shops were closed, flea markets were closed, so I had to rely on my vendor to get me toys here and there to resell. I couldn't get clothing. I couldn't get a lot of stuff because again, the storage units closed down. So it was crazy. Good thing I knew a couple people that weren't afraid of me, and what I mean by that is people that weren't afraid to meet up with me and do sales and stuff or do deals. And again, my vendor, he was a sweetheart, man. This dude, he was my lifeline. Excuse me. Outside of that, last weekend, last weekend I did the same thing I did this weekend. Saturday I went to the Meadowlands looking for stuff to buy, and I did a garage sale around. I started my garage sale around 9:30, almost 10 o'clock. I did better than I did this Saturday, but this Saturday I did okay, considering what I had. I got a lot of signed stuff. I got 3 signed guitars. One acoustic is signed by Billy Joel, Robert Thompson, and John Mayer. And then I have, and that one is a Ibanez AW100 acoustic. Excuse me, acoustic guitar. And then I have a Yamaha Pacifica guitar, electric guitar, excuse me. And that one is signed by Carlos Santana and Rob Thomas. Yes, and signatures are real. And then I have I think it's a Carlo Rebelli acoustic, a little smaller, not that big. And that one is signed by Bernie Williams. Yes, Bernie Williams of the New York Yankees. So anyhow, last Saturday I brought some stuff from the Meadowlands, and then Sunday was my second time ever going to Englishtown Flea Market, but it's my first time selling. I never really liked it because the dirt and everything is just disgusting to me. I mean, it is clay dirt, but everything gets dirty and dusty. I did very well. Unfortunately, I sold a lady and her son and her husband 2 pairs of signed Jordans, a signed basketball, and a signed Jordan baseball bat. All official stuff. And, a guy who brought a nice suitcase full of, cards, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, like different miscellaneous cards. He brought stuff for me today. But he missed out on the sneakers and stuff that I sold to them last week, and he gave me good money for the stuff the stuff today. If it wasn't for him, I would have did good. But her and the son came back very upset. I've never sold or knocked on nobody. I never sold anything that wasn't legit or this, that, and third. And I know people tell me that there's 2 places out here in Jersey. One place is in a mall, and there's another person. And some people have had stuff legitimately authenticated and stuff, but they took stuff in to be tested just to see where these people were. And 5 people I personally, well, not personally but know from Meadowlands who purchased from me and sent stuff off to DSA, PSA, and some other real reputable companies like Beckett and whatnot. Everything came back with flying colors. For some reason, this lady must have went to some rinky-dink moron, because I heard there's 2 people out here in Jersey that authenticate. And anyway, the guy who brought my books and stuff last week, he brought for me this week. And then there's another guy who brought some other stuff. He didn't come today looking for me or whatever. This lady purposely came with the box, returning the 2 sneakers. I didn't argue with her. I didn't debate with her. I know the stuff is legit. And to be honest, I really didn't like the fact of the deal that I gave them anyway. So she did me a favor by giving me that stuff back. She wasn't like disrespectful, but she wasn't nice neither. I didn't have much to say. I gave her another acrylic case, and these cases are like $120 a case. And she's like, oh, I said, miss, you're not getting your money until you come back with the case. I sold you everything in one bulk. You're going to give me back everything in one bulk. And that's it. So her son was going back and forth for like a couple of minutes. And normally I get out of character because I speak my mind. But in that case, I was calm, serene, and I really didn't care. I mean, you know, I made money today. And I basically I recycled the money that I got from the dude that brought the other signed stuff for me. That was legit because he had somebody with him. And I just basically gave that money, and now I'll have other stuff to sell next week. So outside of that, let me move back to last week. Last week I did somewhere around $1,400, including the money I got from this lady. I sold them a lot of stuff for a very, very decent price, because at the end of the day, I don't have COAs. But you guys seen pictures and stuff, and know anybody who know me know that I go to Comic-Con and I did armed security for the White Ranger, and I get a lot of stuff signed and all that craziness. So it didn't faze me. I wasn't upset, or I wasn't. I mean, I felt more. I mean, I felt insulted, not upset. I was insulted because the fact that you don't. I mean, I understand. And then the fact that I came back. I told you I was coming back Sunday. Who would do something like that and then come back and not even give you not argue, debate? The only debate I had was, I sold you everything, so she had to go home and get the acrylic case. If she didn't do that, I wasn't giving her money back. I didn't argue with her. I didn't call her out of her name. Both sides were very, very, everybody was very calm about it. Nobody was raising their voice or getting disrespectful. She just kept repeating, I want my money back. I said, miss, I have no problem giving you money back. Just give me everything I gave you. I know everything's legit. I said, the problem with people is people go to these little, you pay for what you get. You want to send something off, go to a real person. Go to people that have real legit people that look up signatures for a living, that know this stuff. These people get paid for that. You don't go to no little rinky dink little place where people say they can authenticate, because most of these authenticators, they're not gonna give you a sticker from PSA or a real certificate of authenticity directly with a seal or something like that from that individual. Like, these are people that are gonna give you a notarized certificate. That a lot of these people they misinterpret stuff. How many of us ever went out there and brought a car or something? How many? You're looking at 8 to close to 30 signatures that you have to sign paperwork for a vehicle. How many times your signature, or when you're writing more than 4 or 5 signatures? So imagine a person sitting there and doing autographs like this all day. Your signature always changes. Your signature always different. But there's certain characteristics to certain letters and this, that, and the third. That's what you go by. You go by that, and you go by fluency. You understand? But whatever. Outside of that, let me just move on. To me, I'm talking about it because I'm very proud of myself that I didn't get upset or whatever, because there was nothing to get upset about. I know I sold them legit stuff. They gave it back for the face value that they paid for it. And again, it doesn't bother me because I can make more money off of it, and I will. You know what I'm saying? So let me pull it to the side because I want to show you guys. I did get some toys. I'm not going to show you the toy stuff unless I go downstairs and do another video showing you guys where I'm at with Lego, etc., etc. Where did I get this? I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so this is what I'm going to talk about right now. All right. I was walking by this one dude, and I hate using the word Mexican, but this is a Spanish guy. He had a van, and I saw this. His van was packed, but he got the van that has like, the van that that holds people and stuff, and you could see all the windows like a passenger van. And this is like up on like just right before you hit the inside of the roof area of the van, and I can clearly see this. So I asked him about it, and he said, yeah, my friend, don't worry. Just come back around in 30 minutes. He was true to his word. 30 minutes. I waited an extra 5 to 7 minutes. He brought it out. Unfortunately, there was it's still fortunate because I can use this box. I collect boxes, so I want to box all my systems and then start dealing with games and stuff like that. So anyhow, this is there was a original PlayStation 2, the fat PlayStation 2 in here, with 2 controllers, some microphones, and some other miscellaneous wires. Oh man, I was hoping it didn't do that. Oh, it moved it over. Well, at least it's still going. Let me just do that. So, make a long story short, he wanted 30. And then I was like, okay, I was thinking about it, but I was really gonna go to my phone and look it up. He said, okay, my friend, listen. I know this stuff works. Just give me $20. And I was like, fine, no problem. I mean, you know, the Xbox One wasn't in there, but again, it was a fat PlayStation 2, 2 controllers, all the wires for it, no games. And hopefully it works. I still didn't test it yet. And I think 2 microphones or something like that as well. And so basically it was the Xbox One box, the actual PS2, and then this Xbox 360 250 gig hard drive. Unfortunately, I mean, it did come with 2 systems, but no controllers, no wires, no adapters, no nothing. He said that the person he got it from did say it worked. That was last week. I don't even remember how the guy looked, to be honest. So I am going to go and test both of the systems. I gotta sit here and look at this and really see which is the one that goes for this particular box. Ironically, I never picked up Darksiders 2, excuse me. And I've seen it plenty of times when I go thrifting. And now all of a sudden, the whole week, I couldn't find the game. Every other week, I see 2 or 3 copies a week. Now, since I need it to go along with this game, it's not in there. The irony is weird, ain't it? But anyway, this is a box for a 250 gig hard drive. And I do have a couple of different Xbox 360 boxes. So, to pay $20 for 2 250 gig Xbox 360s. Again, no wires, no nothing for them, just the system itself by itself, which is basically a core system or whatever. Just no wires, no controllers, nothing. Just the system itself. And again, that was $20. And I was like, all right. And it's funny because I was going to give him the 30. I just wanted to look it up and stuff. And they look like they work fine, like, to be honest. But looks can be deceiving. They both do. Let me turn this one upside down or right side up or whatever. I think this one here is the one that goes in the box because it's shiny and it has this metallic finish to it. And they both are 250 gig. I already checked and the hard drives are in there. So worst case scenario, if the PS2 works, that's worth the $20. If it doesn't work, both of the empty boxes are worth that alone. And again, both of these come with 200 and whoa, almost had an accident there. 250 gig hard drives. So I was definitely safe with that, even at the 30. And he said I couldn't get rid of it all morning. I said, are you kidding me? And you was only asking $30? I said, that's kind of crazy. But I said, this market is weird like that. I don't know why nobody wouldn't take a chance. I mean, $20 for either one of these alone is worth it. Just for the system, no wires, no nothing. But to get 250 gig systems. And the only thing that separates, for the Xbox 360, the only thing that separates outside of color, if it's a collectible one and or just a hard drive, because they come internally with 4 gig hard drives in them. So that's kind of weird. And again, like I said, the Xbox One empty box is worth about $20. The Xbox 360 empty box is worth about $20. The PS2 is worth $20. And when I say that, I mean it's worth more. And again, both of these all day. I don't want to keep sounding repetitive. I'm going to show you the games a little later because I done got rid of some games and I don't know which way is up as well. I also got this, I'm about to say Xbox, the PS3 party pack. This I got from thrifting. The game is actually brand new sealed. The box is open, but the game is brand new sealed. And both microphones, you can tell they're not used because of the way they're wrapped. The way they're actually in the package. I would have passed this up, but to pay $10 for this, I figured why not. I spend $10 just on a cup, just on like 4 or 5 waters and some snacks during the day. So to pay $10, definitely wasn't hurting me to get whatever. Okay, now moving on to this. Last Sunday, after coming back from English Town, was it last Sunday or the Sunday before that? I think it was the weekend before last Sunday. I'm sorry. Oh wow, it's been 2 weeks already. Damn. Wow, time goes fast. Shit. But this does work. This is a 1 terabyte PS4. Works perfect. I know because when I went into GameStop, again, being in the right place in the right time. This is my second time going in my local GameStop where somebody was trading in stuff. I was actually in the store when a guy walked in with that Nintendo or with that Super Nintendo Killer Instinct box. Box is damaged, but still no. A Super Nintendo. Only thing that was missing from it was the actual game. I come across the game all the time, so I brought the system. They were only giving $15 in credit. That was crazy. And he was like, "Yo, dude, if you want, I'll take $25 cash for it." And I brought it for $25 in cash. So being in the right place in the right time, got this system. They were already working it and whatnot, making sure it works. And the guy told me because the girl's outside smoking a cigarette, and he was like, "Well, we're only offering her $140 in credit, $112 in cash." So I went outside, explained it to her, and she said, "Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go in and check anyway. But if that's the case, I'll take $125 for it." And in my mind, I'm like, "I'll give you $120. I mean, I'm giving you like $9 more than what they're gonna give you." But I was like, you know what? For extra $5, which makes it extra $14 that they giving her less. I was like, you know what? Why not? It works. It's okay. So I got that 2 Sundays ago from that particular place. I'm not gonna say which one because I don't want nobody to be videotaping this or me see this and then decide to go and snitch or tell or whatever because it's a small world. All right, now moving on. I get a lot of books from my local thrift shop, so I get as many books as I can for games that I know I have and I may want to keep and or whatever. But I don't get every strategy guide because people don't like to buy them. All right, moving on. I got this game, Call of Duty World at War. I don't remember if I have this particular game, but I decided I needed more games for the PS3 and the PS4, so I just started buying a lot of games, and these games are pretty cool. I'm not really a war movie guy and or a war video game guy, but to each his own. This guy here I got last Sunday from the dude out, and ironically the dude I always sell all my video game stuff to, this kid named Tony. But ever since last year, since I sold my whole video game collection, all I kept was my Nintendo products. And I wasn't just gonna collect Nintendo stuff, but I went ham. I spent over $9,000, almost $10,000 now, over the period of the whole summer, buying from thrift shops and stuff. I don't think I hit one garage sale since the COVID broke. During the COVID, I hit a couple places that were secretly doing garage sales, but after it broke, as in after they opened up everything, I haven't hit one place. So I've been hitting my thrift shops, and of course, a couple of times that I went to the flea market, and I think this is like my 6th or 7th time in any flea market since COVID broke, which is crazy because I go 2 or 3 times a week. But anyway, my boy Lewis, well, his name is Lewis, but I call him Tony because that's his name as well. I don't know which is his middle name, but it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, it came with this battery pack thing, but I don't like bootleg crap. But the battery pack it comes with is broken. I guess the little tab that holds it in place after a while gave way. I do have to open it and clean it because I don't really like the rust stuff. But I have since got back into just collecting a lot, just whatever. So I got that from him. I forgot what I paid or what deal we worked out. So I got that. And again, I don't know why I picked this up for the Wii U. I think I got this from Second Avenue because mostly all their video games outside of Xbox One, PS4, and cartridge games. Everything else, like between the original Xbox up to like the 360 and the PS3, their games are always $2. It's just a regular $199 media price. So I picked up Lego the Movie video game for the Wii U. Try to build up the collection. But it's funny because I think I'm gonna go through everything again and just keep games I know I really want, because I don't want to go crazy. Just keep buying. Then this game, not that expensive, but it is a rare. It is like a hard to find game. Kung Fu Chaos for the original Xbox, and then Crash Nitro Kart for the original Xbox. Alrighty then. Actually, I should be charging that. Okay. Is it charging? Yeah, it's charging. These I picked up not this week, last week. Probably last Thursday or something like that. Not this Thursday that just passed, but the following Thursday. I don't remember where I got it from, to be honest, but they're both sealed. I pick up all sealed games and try to keep them. This game is, I love this game. This is, to me, the #1 best launch game that the Xbox One had. Rise Son of Rome. I love that game. And of course, Sunset Overdrive. I think I did buy this used and played it. Wasn't a fan of it. I think it's kind of like a mix between, I can't remember the other game, and Jet Set Radio, but it wasn't my cup of tea. But it's sealed. I don't remember what I paid for them. I'll be lying to you guys if I did. I probably paid $5 to $7 each, to be honest, because they're sealed. These games I also got. I think I got these early this week, to be honest. For the GameCube, you got 2 Harry Potter games. You got the Goblet of Fire and Quidditch World Cup. Harry Potter as well. And then Finding Nemo. Not Nebo, Nemo, excuse me. Can't believe I said Nebo. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago. For the PlayStation 2, the DVD remote control. I don't really know what it's worth or whatever, but I think I paid like $7 or $8 for this. I know I paid under $10 for it. And being that it's sealed, I knew it was worth buying. I don't know. This also, I think this was like $6. This is sealed. It is for the Wii Zuma Fitness Core. It does come with the fitness belt. Oh, is that? Yeah. The little fitness belt and whatnot. I think this was like $5 I paid for that. Alright, so that's it on that front. I mean, I got a lot of stuff, mainly toys and Legos and stuff like that. As far as video gaming, excuse me, I didn't get really much because the video game stuff is getting crazy. I am going to show you some other stuff though before this video ends. Okay, this one game is like a holy grail and it's banging. I also picked up, oh yeah, and of course that's the game that Lewis gave me with this Game Boy Advance. Spider-Man 2 for the Game Boy Advance. The booklet and the game. Alright, going back, I got Family Hits, Xbox 360 Cars. I gotta look up some of these games and see if it's worth me. I mean, if they're not worth money, because I only keep games that are worth money and I like the gameplay. Other than that, I'll get rid of them. This game for the Nintendo DS, you have The Legend of Spyro: Dawn of the Dragon. I got it because it's a game. It's not the best game, but you know Spyro is a decent character, and it is like an adventure game. So I was like, you know what? I think I paid like $2 for this, so I wasn't gonna argue. And it is complete with booklet and game. So I was like, you know what? For $2, it should easily. I mean, it got to be at least a $8 to $10 game. If not, who gives a crap, right? This I picked up, of course, last week. I didn't open it yet because I'm not going to open it. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Keeping it sealed. My son still has his downstairs on the table. I don't even know why he played it yet. So I paid, they were $59.99 each, and one of the managers looked out for me. Of course, this is the same place I got that Super Nintendo Killer Instinct boxed. Super Nintendo from, and the PS4. So in total I paid $124, $3.97 tax, being that our state tax is 3.313. So both of them came up to $119.98. Then the tax was like basically $123.95. So that's that. I have picked up some miscellaneous Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy games as well. But I'm not gonna really go into those details because stuff is scattered all over the place. I did pick up PSP Tony Hawk's Underground 2 Remix, and I picked up Ratchet and Clank, Size Matters. I do love this line just like everybody else. This is a real cool adventure. I do like a lot of adventure games, and it is complete. So for the PSP. Now for the drums, please. This game was $8 in one of my thrift shops. It was right on top of the cart as everybody was, as the cart was coming out. I grabbed at it. I knew exactly what this was. And the reason why I know what it was is Skull Monkeys is because, somebody I know was talking about this game and they picked up the game and they paid $55 for the game. The guy wanted $70, but he did a trade with something and gave him $55 in cash. And I was like, can I see that? And I was looking at it. I said, oh yeah, I remember this game. And that's how I remember Skull Monkey. If I wasn't at Columbus Flea Market the Sunday before last Sunday, I would have just not even thought about this game. So for the mystery guy who brought that stuff and being that I passed at the right time, thank you for buying it and showing it to me and explaining to me that this is a $70+ game. And it is complete and it's in really good condition. Very good condition, man. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. And everybody wanted it and everybody tried to buy it from the guys that I hang out with at that particular thrift shop, and that is a banging game. Yay! Hey, yeah. So, moving on. I also, where is that? That's what I meant to do. Where is that? I have a and I don't remember where I put it. Is this? This is it. Unfortunately, I paid. It was $39.99. Normally, they ask that price or a little cheaper when they actually have, more games and or at least the battery and or the adapter, power supply, power cord, what we're gonna call it, for this. I didn't even realize I had two of them. So what I'm gonna do in the next couple of days is take a picture of all my handhelds so I don't keep repeatedly buying the same ones. Because you get mixed up with the colors and the DS, the DSi, the DS Lite, the DSP, the DSD, and the DDP, and the PS80, and the PS Vita, and the Vita Pita, and all that other bonita, and all that crap. Unfortunately, it does turn on, but the screen is messed up on it. So I am going to sell this as parts. I got it on the 50% off, so it wound up being $20. It's going to cost too much money to fix it. Maybe I can take it apart, look at it, look at somebody do it, and maybe buy the screen. I do think screens for these are relatively cheap, but the most expensive thing on these, because I have another silver one, but the most expensive thing on these are always the battery. And for some reason, the battery on a PSP, even if you take it out the system and store it somewhere, they're like having batteries just sit for a while. The climate will make them, explode or get fat and stuff. For some reason, they just don't use real good batteries for these systems. Or maybe I'll try to see what it would cost to fix this system. I don't know. I mean, it may not even be worth it. So maybe try to do it myself or see. So I meant to put it out for sale as is, but unfortunately I forgot. These again, prime example of me buying two silver PSPs. I brought both of them from the same place on, I think, a week or two apart, and one worked fine, thank goodness, and the one I just showed you doesn't. Same thing with this. I think I got these from the same place, and they're both in really good condition. That's just fingerprint smudges on them. And again, my plan is not to be buying handheld systems because this one place will get a lot of these things. Their prices have been skyrocketing, so I don't really need to buy these things and keep spending a lot of money on them, and then I have it, and then I wind up losing money or breaking even, and I'm taking money from something else. Okay, so moving on to that, I do have another computer I picked up from this one dude yesterday. because I like all-in-one computers, and I'm going back. This is supposed to be a real good computer, so I'm gonna take it downstairs and play around with it, see what it's about and stuff. So I'm gonna be doing that tonight. I may not go thrifting tomorrow. I might just stay home and organize and play with my Legos. And when I say play with my Legos, that means like build and put Legos together. Because what I do now is if I see stuff that like, even if it's loose, but stuff that I can make a complete set, that's extra money. So instead of just selling minifigures, and building them and whatnot, I'm gonna be doing the sets too. Put them in Ziploc bags and just mark them complete and whatnot. Because whoever buy this stuff's gonna know what the hell they are anyway. So that's my plan. So outside of that, I showed you that stuff. Okay, now the other thing I did pick up, I think I got it early this week also. Because like the one I have, I don't remember if the one I have has wires and stuff to it or doesn't, but I picked up another Dreamcast. I do want to test both of them because I have a habit of buying Dreamcasts and then I might have two of them and I'll sell one just for parts, and that would be the console that works while the other one doesn't read. And Sega's infamous for having their Sega Saturns and Dreamcast, especially Dreamcast. For some reason, Dreamcast could be sitting perfect, and they just won't. For some reason, they'll stop reading discs. So I don't think I have any Dreamcast games. I don't think I do. Hopefully, I have one where I can read the disc. This one, it was a lot. I mean, it was $50. It's in really good condition, and I was like, you know what? It is complete. It has two controllers instead of one. It has a VMU, and everything is in good condition. That's the only reason why I paid $50 for it. That plus, I was like, you know what? I think I do have a Dreamcast, but I think I just have the actual core, which means just as a matter of fact, let me go check. But I did pay $50 for it because I figured, a Dreamcast is worth that. I've been trying to find a black one in a while, and unfortunately, I haven't. Okay, so this one does have a cord, but I don't have no controllers for it, which is odd because I figured I would have them inside here. But I think when I sold off, hold on a second. Last year when I sold off all the video game stuff, because I was like, you know what, I got rid of everything. I got somebody in Columbus who's holding a Sega Saturn for me. He said he'll do $1 for it, so I'm gonna wait this week and see how much video game stuff I can come across and maybe do a trade and lower it. And I'm gonna tell you why. I brought an extra pink one. Let me show you this. This was actually in my local thrift, where I get most of my stuff from. They had this boxed. I do, even if I have to pay more, it's like I'm paying an extra if I have to pay an extra $10 to $20 for a box of a handheld system or any system that I have, and I know I can sell the other system to at least break even, or even if I'm paying, or it's like, hey, I'm buying a box for $10 or $20, I'm fine with that. And it's ironic because I got the other pink one was in just as good condition. I swore this one did have the adapter to it. I think what somebody did was took it out and used it for the used. They had another used one. It was white, but it wasn't in the best condition. And I think they took I don't know, one or the other, but it was weird. But when I brought it home and I just realized that the adapter wasn't in there. When I checked it earlier, it was. But anyhow, this was $29.99. I thought $30 was way more than fair on this. And so I had I had two of them. So I'm comparing both, but then I realized that the serial numbers for this one match up with this box. So even though the other one was a little bit more cosmetically in better condition as far as I think the outside goes, for some reason it was one or the other. I took that to this dude who sells in Englishtown. He has a store and he walks around buying stuff and doing trades of stuff. It makes sense, you walk around a place where you have a store set up and you try to buy stuff that you sell in your store from vendors. I mean, it makes sense. That's the cheapest way to get stuff, especially if you have an overhead. So I have one with I think 3 or 4 cheap regular games like Brain Age and some other games, but I think most of those games, yeah, your boy getting big. So he I think I've seen him sell games like Brain Age and stuff. He sold them for like I think $5 to $8 or something like that. And I asked him, I said, "Are you interested in this?" He's like, "Nah, I'm not." I was like, "Okay," but last week I was looking at like that kiwi green Game Boy Color. Because every time I do see them in a while or whatever, they always banged up and stuff like that. And he looks like a type of person who takes good care of his stuff and buy decent stuff. And being where he is, he has better access of getting video game stuff a lot cheaper than even me getting it at the thrift shop at the time. Because he's gonna always have a lot of people he do deals with, and they'll bring him stuff for other stuff. And you know, he loves to trade and stuff. He likes to trade more than he likes money. I think that's weird. Because if you have a business, you shouldn't be like that. But I guess he pays so cheap, he doesn't care. So anyhow, I am gonna test this Dreamcast with the other one and see which one works, and if they both work, then fine. You know, I'll still try to get another Dreamcast controller because I'm keeping both of these with this system. So outside of that, is that it? Let me make sure here. I think that's everything, right? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I got some other miscellaneous stuff, but I don't remember what. I don't know. It's all over the place, but this video is long enough, and I know I'm boring a lot of people. I'm sorry, I don't edit because I don't know how. So I'm not, I can even lie. I don't know how. This I got also from Second Avenue sometime last week. I plugged it up. It works. Thank goodness. This is a black Wii U. I have a white Wii U as well. I have a couple of Wii U's. And today the same kid, Ken, he walked around and he got his hands on a boxed Wii U. And unfortunately, the tablet didn't work. He wanted $150 for it. I thought that was a little. I do want the box. But whatever. It is what it is. And this. They had it for $100, which is still worth it. $100. Second Avenue had it for, and manager owed me a favor. And a phone call got called to the manager I'm talking about from a supervisor, and he only lowered it to $70. I had one of the guys looked out for me and gave me a 10% discount on top of that, and I wound up paying just under $70 for this. Works fine, and it has a Zelda game in it. So that's another thing I picked up. And yes, it has a tablet. So that's pretty cool. And I got some other game stuff here, but I'm not going to really go into details, talk about that. I'm going to end the video in a couple of minutes because I'm hungry. Gotta go downstairs and eat. These are the bags he's got, but he has a store. My boy Tony, he looked out for me with this stuff here. Let me show you what I got from him. Again, it's ironic because this is the same guy that, through the pandemic all the way up through now, I've been selling him a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, this guy must have brought probably close to over a 10-foot truck full of stuff from like during the pandemic all the way up to now. So it's ironic that last week I got the Game Boy Advance off him, and then this week I got this stuff because he was gonna do a deal with Ken, and that dude Ken I was just talking about. He really didn't want the stuff from him. They were haggling with each other back and forth. He's like, I really don't need this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But respectfully about it. I had no idea this dude had Bubble Bobble Evolution. I love Bubble Bobble, just like anybody else. And it is for the PSP. I didn't even know they made this game. And it is complete. I don't know where Tony got it from, but it is nice. I had to have this game. I was like, yo, that's crazy. And then I picked up Donkey Kong Land, I think that's 3, for the Game Boy. And I picked up Wii U, Super Luigi U. Hopefully I don't have this game, but I probably do. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. But picked it up. It's in good condition. So I got that stuff from him, and then I got this from him. I had to use acetone because somebody scribbled a lot of stuff. Somebody scribbled with marker. I don't know what they were doing. I mean, the box is beat up. It's not in great condition, but it's still boxed. A Nintendo DSi in the box. I don't really care about the condition of the box. At the end of the day, it's a box, and it is what it is. So, yeah. I do gotta take this out and clean it. It is in a case. Yeah, it does have a screen protector on the top one, but whatever. If I come across a better DSi white, I'll put it in this box. Oh, well, actually, let me make sure that the thing don't match up. Now I'm thinking about it, and no, it doesn't. Okay. Wait. No, so that's fine. And again, it's hard to find these handheld system boxes. And ever since the pandemic, you're finding a lot of handhelds in flea markets, and you're finding a lot of handhelds in the thrift shops. But it's funny because I think GameStop is going to start doing a lot more trades with stuff. Because what makes GameStop games worth a lot of money is low inventory. When they have a high demand for something and low inventory, that's when they raise the price on things. So, a lot of them don't have a lot of handhelds in. But now, since the pandemic's breaking, people who are buying a lot of stuff, I think they're now starting to trade in stuff, especially with the new systems coming out. Unfortunately, this year I did not preserve a PS5, but maybe I can catch it on the second burner, or maybe I'll find it out in a while. If I do, I'll pick up 2 or 3 of them, and then try to resell them like I did with because like when the PS5, the Xbox One, and the Switch came out, all my systems were free because the money I made on reselling some of them, I basically got them for free. Of course, my money is not as liquid as it was when all those came out, because the PS4 and the Xbox One launched weeks apart, and I was buying storage units and selling very well at the market, so I had extra liquid money coming in to where I can buy that stuff, and not where it was like finding free money on the street. Unfortunately, this time around is not like that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy me rambling back and forth. I keep forgetting to go to the dollar store and try to find like those dish displays, like the piece of wood that opens and folds like this, so that way I can display all my handhelds around stuff. So yeah, that's base. Oh, I forgot the thing I did get from Ken. Like I told you about the pink. What is it again? A pink DS? Is it a DS or DSi? Whatever the hell it was. He really didn't want it, but then I was like, well, you know what? Last week I was gonna pay him the $50. He wanted $50 for the Game Boy Color. I'm not gonna say it was a great deal. I'm not gonna say it was or wasn't. I mean, he's a retail store. A lot of places you go, they want $60, $70 for these things because of the color. They don't care. I do want to get my hands on the Tommy Hilfiger one and the Pikachu yellow one. I'll get them sooner or later. I'll start getting that stuff because I still got to try to find the different colors for the Nintendo 64s. So I only had to give him extra $10. He said, well, would you do $10? And I was like, all right, cool. I thought he was going to offer me $10 for the pink DSi, whatever the hell it was. So I thought I was going to have to come $40 out of my pocket, which I would try to haggle him to 30 or 35 anyway. He probably would have said no, and I would wind up giving him 40. But, oh yeah, almost matching his shirt and everything. But anyhow, he's like, you know what, how about 10? I was like, okay. I was shocked. And it worked out better because I wound up paying $10 for this, so that's cool. So that was a plus. Yay, plus! Hey, yeah. So I may or may not go to the market tomorrow. If it rains, I'm not going. If it doesn't rain, I'll probably go on a motorcycle because I have to really be strict. As of right now, I promised myself no more Barbies unless they sold for $35 and better, depending on what they got it priced at, or if it's a Disney Barbie or something I really really like and I know I can. Because all my Barbie dolls, loose and in box. I keep everything now. I'm accumulating a lot of stuff. So that way, I'm just accumulating stuff. So when I decide to sell it off, I can sell in bulk or do what I want to do with it. Outside of that, a lot of action figures. So there's certain stuff I'm staying away from. I need to stay away from board games unless the board games are high end, really, really high end. No more guitars for now. I'm just finding my thing here. So this week I'm not really going crazy unless a game system comes out. Like if I see a Sega Saturn or Sega CD, something big, something that I'm like, oh snap, I gotta have it. I'm not gonna be going crazy because tomorrow I'll take that motorcycle out. I don't care if it's windy. I'll just take a quick ride there, stay there for about an hour and a half, see what comes out the carts, and then bounce. Alright, so anyhow, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later, and peace.